On this episode of Bondi Vet, Honey has jumped out the window of a moving car to chase down a cat.
This isn't a stuntman, this is a spoodle. So it's amazing she's actually lived to tell a tale.
Lisa's anguish as Tiny Maru fights for his life.
I can't even imagine what John's going through. It's been this roller coaster of emotions and it's really stressful for everyone.
Chris under pressure as two Devil sisters battle a mystery illness.
The one thing that really worries me, they might die before I actually work out what's going on here.
Can anything be done to save Blinky Bill's eye?
We have about 3 more sutures and we'll be done. Hang in there, buddy, we're almost done.
And what's happened to this little screamer?
If anyone ever thought they had a bad day, they should look at you from that kettle.
You make my world a better place.
Yes!
He's walking with me. I can depend on
Hey Liz.
Hi, Chris. Yeah, we've got big troubles with devils today. We've got 1 mum and 4 babies, all sick.
Yeah.
One of them's not moving at all.
Okay, jeez, all right, let's go. Jeez.
Yeah, they're flat. They're really flat.
At the Australian Reptile Park, 2 Tasmanian Devil sisters are in quarantine. Keeper Liz is worried their illness may spread to the rest of the devil colony.
This is Lara.
She was the first one that we found, and she just has shown no improvement whatsoever.
She's totally unresponsive.
Yeah.
I get called out to the reptile park a lot, but it's rare that I walk in and I'm so shocked to see just how sick these little guys are.
Usually, you'd have some sort of an idea of what might have caused it, but with her, we just seem to have no idea, and it's just come out of nowhere.
The mystery illness has also struck Lara's sister, Lily.
She'll get up on all fours and then she'll just slump over and she just gives up.
With an animal this sick, I'd expect a fever, I'd expect vomiting, coughing, diarrhoea, just something. With these devils, there's nothing. We've got to buy some time here because at the moment she is the absolute epitome of mystery.
Yeah.
The one thing that really worries me, they might die before I actually work out what's going on here.
Of the 2 Devil sisters, Lara is the most critical.
What she needs is some fluids. I'm going to need to test her glucose level because a baby this young and this small just doesn't have the fat reserves to keep herself going without eating. So if that glucose level drops too low, she'll die. If a fluid level drops too low, she'll basically die as well. So we just dribble this onto her tongue. There you go, girl. It's good. All right. Because she is dehydrated, it's going to be quite hard to get a vein here.
Hopefully blood tests will confirm just what is shutting down the Devil's systems.
You see that just collapses once you take the blood out of it? To have any sick animal here at the reptile park is a big deal, but to have a Tasmanian devil is a major crisis. Tassie devils are under threat because in the wild they're developing a fatal tumour on their face. They estimate that Tassie devils are going to be extinct in the wild in the next 5 years. The only hope of preventing this species from becoming extinct is to set up breeding colonies. This is one of the few places in the country that does that. If these guys have a disease that can be transferred to the rest of the population here, it could wipe them out. Look, hopefully this holds a secret to what's going on here. I'm looking at Lara, totally confused. Then all of a sudden I think, there's only one thing that causes animals just to lie there motionless like this. It's botulism. If they take on enough toxin that it actually paralyses their breathing, it can kill them. To know for sure, I need to go and see Mum and her enclosure. Because if I'm right, that's where the answer's going to lie. Just hang in there, girl. We'll do the worrying, all right?
Morning, Bill. How are you today, buddy? How's that eye?
At Sydney Wildlife World, vet Sam Gilchrist and marsupial keeper Kate are worried about 1-year-old Blinky Bill.
Get on your pup, mate. That's the way. Good boy.
Bill's had this problem since we first saw him emerge from the pouch. If you look at both his eyes, you can tell the difference straight away. His actual eyeball has this cloudy appearance, and part of the problem is these eyelids are a little bit malformed. That part of the eyeball is constantly exposed to the elements, and eyeballs just aren't really designed to do that.
To prevent further irritation, Bill's eyes are lubricated up to 7 times a day.
Get these drops in again, Bill.
Despite the treatment, Bill's eye is getting worse.
It's been a long road and we make little wins in the battle, but overall I don't think we're making much long-term progress with this eye.
Today, Sam's taking the koala to the Bondi Referral Hospital SASH to find out if anything can be done to save Bill's eye.
Well, we've just got to the stage where we need to know whether he's ever going to be able to see out of that eye. We need to talk to specialists to find that out, so big day for Bill. We'll sort it out.
Two Tasmanian Devil sisters are desperately ill, and nobody at the Australian Reptile Park knows why.
So where is she hidden?
Chris now needs to examine the Devil's mother to see how she's coping.
Spray urine there too. You know where your babies are, don't you, girl, huh? They're okay. Now hang in there. Right now, it seems to me like the whole family's been affected by this, but to varying degrees. Their mother, little lady, doesn't look 100%, but at the same time, she's nowhere near as sick as the kids are. You're going to be surprised, but I think they've all been affected by botulism. When people hear the word botulism, they freak out because they have no idea what it's all about. But think Botox. It causes paralysis. It paralyses the skin in the face and reduces those wrinkles in those Hollywood movie stars. It does the same thing to devils, but on a much bigger scale.
Botulism is a rare and potentially fatal condition and is usually contracted by ingesting toxins in food.
If my hunch is correct, then somewhere in this enclosure there's going to be a well-hidden piece of meat that could actually hold the key to this whole problem. It goes around here to the right. There's an old bit of meat there. Botulinum toxin, which causes botulism, is one of the most potent forces on the planet. Just 1 microgram can kill a person.
By stashing the meat, little lady has unwittingly exposed her joeys to the ultimate danger.
It's about 4,000 to 1 shots all coming together at one time. So we might test this. If we find the toxin in here, then that's our answer.
Yep. There is no quick fix for botulism. All Liz and Kelly can do is support the Devils with fluids and hope they're strong enough to fight off the toxin.
I can see this has already taken a huge emotional toll on Liz and Kelly, but in many ways, the fight's only just begun.
Hi, are you Sam?
Hey, I am.
Hi, Sam.
Hi.
Kelly, nice to meet you.
Hi, Kelly. Nice to meet you too.
Okay. Kate, nice to meet you. I'm super excited about this.
Unreal.
This will be my first koala, being American.
D-Day has arrived for Blinky Bill and his vet Sam Gilchrist.
Is he stressed at all? Or?
No, he's very relaxed in there.
Good.
Happy to be in there.
American eye specialist Kelly Caruso will decide whether anything can be done to save the koala's damaged eye.
Hi, little man. Oh, he's beautiful. Come on, really? There's a zipper somewhere. There's like batteries in here, right? You're delicious, huh?
So let's do a couple really specific ocular tests right now. I think the thing I'm hoping for is that we find some trauma and that we can fix this eye. The other possibility is that he was born with something very wrong with the eye and that we won't be able to save it. I can't see a pupil response and I see no squint with the light. It's not looking good as far as being able to save it. He's not reacting in any way that would indicate that there's any possibility of vision in this eye. Oh, sweet man. I think it would be in his best interest if we take the eye out?
Well, I guess deep down it wasn't what I was hoping for. We're going to do the best thing for Bill here today, and you know, he's a good man.
He is a good man. Poor Sam. He's an amazing veterinarian, but I think it's hard to draw that line between staying a vet and becoming emotionally attached to some of these little critters. I so wish I could save your eye, little monkey. Will you forgive me if I take it out? The only thing we usually see here are cats and dogs, so this is a rare and unbelievable opportunity to try to help one of these guys and learn a little bit more about you, huh? I think you like me. I love you.
Chris, back from the Australian Reptile Park, has been called out to an emergency in Bondi.
On my way to see a dog that's apparently been driving along in the car with the window down, seen a cat and made a leap for it. Obviously he didn't get the cat, but landed pretty hard in the pavement, so I'm on my way there now. Hi.
I'm Donna.
Hey, I'm Chris. How are you? Honey?
That's Honey.
As Chris arrives, 18-month-old Honey is crying out in severe pain.
So that's the screaming? Yeah.
She can't walk. We tried to bribe her with a treat.
Yep.
And it really hurt. So I think the pain is getting worse. I actually saw the cat and thought it may run across the road, so I slowed down. Must have been going at about 40.
Just want to give her a few little pats and tell her it's going to be okay.
It'll be okay, honey.
Ilana is blaming herself for Honey's accident.
It's okay.
Since they were only going on a short trip in the car, she didn't bother putting a harness on the spoodle.
Honey puppy, it's all right. It's okay.
Good girl.
It's okay.
I'm devastated. This is the joy of our lives, and the kids absolutely adore her.
Honey,
okay.
honey. Okay.
When she's feeling the pain, it's when I'm actually running my fingers along her femur, along her main leg bone there. I know.
For Gabriella, seeing her puppy in pain is heartbreaking.
She said to me, Dad, why aren't you crying? That's my best friend.
She's been through a lot tonight already, and what I'm going to do in a second is give her an injection to make her feel a little bit less pain.
I think everyone remembers their first pet. They mean absolutely everything to them. So to see them in pain, it's incredibly hard to watch.
Chris now needs to take Honey to the clinic for x-rays.
So who's going to sit up in the back here with her?
Will the two of you go with?
And the whole family is coming. This time, Honey is properly harnessed.
So you're right there, guys? Yeah. To walk into a situation like that and see Gabby so upset, you want to tell her everything's okay? Everything's going to be fine. There's nothing wrong with her. But I can't say that just now. I don't know.
Come on. You're very hot.
Maru has been rushed into Sash after collapsing in 40-degree heat.
Hey, buddy. Maru has been panting at home, he's been vomiting, he seems listless. John thinks he's got heat stroke and he's brought him straight over here.
Life for a dog is as precious as a human for me, yeah.
Hey, baby, I know. You're all right. Do you want to get his temperature? He looks like a hot dog. He feels hot, but he hasn't actually got a high temperature. And I wonder if he's got a tick. There it is. Pretty big one. Not heat stroke after all, huh? You got a tick. All right, okay.
Lisa is now hoping time in the oxygen chamber will help stabilise the distressed Pomeranian.
So the most important thing now is that we give him some sedation and some oxygen and let him settle down, because with tick paralysis, stress is one of the things that can actually make them get a lot worse very quickly. Worst case scenario is that his breathing muscles down here get paralysed, and then he'll need to be put on a ventilator.
Okay.
John absolutely loves Maru. He would do anything for him. He's his new little friend. You can pat him. It's okay. At this point, I don't know if Maru's going to survive. It's really early days. He's pretty badly affected, and I really, really hope that we can get him through this.
Just an hour ago, 18-month-old Honey leapt from the window of a moving car in pursuit of a cat.
Team Honey wants to come in here.
The Spoodle's whole family has made the trip into the Bondi clinic to support her. 11-year-old Gabriella is hardest hit by Honey's accident.
Every night she comes and sits on my bed and lies on the end of the bed.
And what happens if you sleep at a friend?
She cries.
You look at Alana and she is really beating herself up over what's happened tonight.
It's all because I was careless.
The reality is people do it all the time. They just think, oh, I'm just popping up the road. I don't need to worry about my seatbelt. Don't need to worry about the seatbelt on the dog. It's fine. It just takes one little moment, one little slip, one cat, and all of a sudden you're in trouble. I think a stuntman would think twice about jumping out of a moving car. But this isn't a stuntman, this is a spoodle. So it's amazing she's actually lived to tell a tale.
Hey, little guy. Oh, you sound terrible.
At Sash, the poison from a paralysis tick is shutting down little Maru's system.
Tick paralysis not only paralyses the legs, it can also paralyse the breathing muscles. He's really breathing with a lot more effort, and I'm worried that he's actually not getting enough air in because his upper airways are collapsing from the tick. If we just sit on the fence with him, he's going to get a lot worse very quickly. He hasn't responded to the sedation, so we have to put a tube down his throat. We need to get that tick anti-serum into him, support him until he regains some strength.
As a precaution, Maru's entire body is now being shaved.
No ticks yet?
Not so far.
No more ticks are found, but the toxin from one has completely debilitated the tiny Pomeranian.
Lisa, he's not looking real good.
What's happening?
He's not taking his own breath.
He's struggling.
Yeah.
He just can't breathe on his own anymore. We'll put him on the ventilator. It's going to be better for him. I think he's just so weak now that he's not coping with it. Looking at Maru's breathing, his muscles are just becoming weaker and weaker from the tick toxin, and he can't breathe on his own. And without a machine, he's going to die.
Well, you wore your cheek tonight's pretty brave, isn't it? How many dogs would leap out of a car window like you did?
Back at Bondi, Honey's anxious family is waiting for the X-ray results that will reveal the extent of the damage to the young Spoodle's leg.
She hears a cat.
While Honey is unable to move on the X-ray table, out the back of the clinic, her mortal enemies are still tormenting her.
I'm here trying to decide whether Honey has a serious fracture, and she's thinking about felines. She hears one from out the back, and all of a sudden, forget about the leg. If there's a cat there, I'll go it. I'm still good. Got 3 good legs. I'll go. Give me a chance. Fractures or felines? Which one is it? Jeez. Didn't expect that. Look, when you jump out of a car window at 40 k's an hour, you're going to expect some sort of injury there. What I can see on the X-ray, though, suggests that she doesn't actually have too much.
A resilient dog. Should we give her a family hug? There's no fracture, thank God, but it is badly bruised. And I think it's a lesson to everybody. Even if it's late-ish and the roads are quiet, and even if you're going slowly, strap that dog in. Yes, rather safe than sorry.
So I'm sorry, honey. This is the last thing I'll do to you.
After an anti-inflammatory shot, Honey is ready to go home.
There's some tablets as well, so one of those twice a day. Sorry,
And the family can finally tell Chris about Mario, the reason Honey hates all cats.
He's the black cat from next door who spends his day on the wooden fence antagonising Honey. And this is the result.
It suddenly makes sense. It's Mario's fault. Mario's been winding Honey up for the last 18 months. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
We're a very lucky family and she's an exceptionally lucky dog.
So, Mario, if you're watching, check that fence. Check it twice. I get the impression someone's coming to get you. Don't forget the seatbelt.
So hello, Bill.
See, even for Australians, they're excited to see a koala.
Blinky Bill is the first koala to be admitted for surgery at SASH.
Close.
And he's getting a rock star reception.
So what's happened with his eye? Why is it blue and yucky?
We think he was born that way. He's had it since day one.
The eye has been a constant source of pain and irritation for the one-year-old koala.
Unfortunately, it has to come out today, but it's the best thing for Bill, for sure.
You're okay.
Eye specialist Kelly Caruso will perform the delicate surgery. Assisting her with the anaesthetic is Bill's vet, Sam Gilchrist.
Koala anaesthetics are a little bit tricky because they have a really long, soft palate. So if we take them too deep, they lose control of all that flesh and it can actually just collapse over the larynx and then koala can't breathe.
Lift him up.
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Keen to get into it, but we need to make sure he's stable before we jump in.
I'm really anxious to get him in and off the table and get him awake. That's when I'll be able to breathe and feel good.
So we just take him a little bit deeper, but not too much deeper.
Okay, I'm getting 70 now.
Finally, Bill has stabilised and Kelly gets the go-ahead to start surgery.
So far, no reaction. So I'm just really gently and carefully dissecting through some of the tissues so that we can then lift the eye out of what's called the orbit. Now I can actually get a little bit better look in there and see that there's really no normal tissue in there at all. No matter what we did, we weren't gonna make him see again, unfortunately. Just about to get the eye out. Eye out. Okay, we're gonna start closing. Sam, how's he going?
Yeah, we've edged a little deep, Kelly.
Suddenly, Bill's breathing becomes irregular.
I'm not getting much of a blood pressure, guys.
If the koala's blood pressure drops too low, it can starve the brain and other vital organs of oxygen.
I'm moving fast as I can. I promise.
To see if you have the Koala.
Yeah, that's what we're going to call him. Yeah.
At the Bondi clinic, bird expert Josh Cook has shattered the piece with a screaming baby. The little sulphur-crested cockatoo was found on a nearby golf course after plummeting 20 metres out of his nest.
He wouldn't have lasted, overnight without a fox or a dog or a cat eating him. So, yeah, he was lucky to be found.
There's a very strange sound coming from the waiting room.
After a long night looking after Honey, Kettle's ear-piercing squeal is not a sound Chris needs right now.
Josh.
G'day, Chris.
How are you?
Yeah, good, mate. So I've got this little cocky who's pretty glad to see you too.
He doesn't look too glad to see me. Look at him.
No.
And you can see pretty clearly compared to the other good leg, that one's hanging pretty limp. You've got to be thinking break. But my theory is there may be more than one break, and there could also be a dislocation in either that knee joint or the ankle joint. Either way, it's a serious injury. You look at Kettle and he's the absolute picture of vulnerability. He's small, he's skinny, he doesn't have any feathers to his name, and he's lost and alone. And he might have a fractured leg. He's in a bad way.
Something's happened to his airway down there.
Do you need to get in?
No, I need you to sew him up.
Okay.
Get him out.
Get him out of here.
At Sash, Bill's eye has been removed, but now the koala's breathing has become dangerously irregular.
Not getting much of the blood pressure, guys.
Specialist Kelly Caruso is under pressure to finish suturing the empty eye socket.
I'm moving fast as I can. I promise. We have about 3 more sutures and we'll be done. Hang in there, buddy. We're almost done. Surgery completed. Wake him up. Okay, come on, little buddy. Wake up. Wake up. Come on, little monkey. Wake up. Wake up.
He's not known for his silence, Kettle, so it'll take a fair bit to subdue this beast.
Chris's cranky patient Kettle needs his leg x-rayed. The squawking chick is lucky to be alive after falling out of his nest.
Oh, he looks so defeated. That's the fracture we're obviously looking for through there. The fortunate thing for Kettle is that he's probably got one of the best bird people in the country on his side, and you know, if anyone's going to nurse him through this, it's Josh. All right.
How'd he go?
Yeah, so he certainly does have a fracture there.
Yep.
It's a longitudinal fracture, so it's not straight across.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of at an angle.
Right.
Across the bone like that.
Yep.
But it is only one fracture. It's been a real blessing. The trick's going to be whether we can actually get this to heal.
Yeah.
The big concern I had from the start was how much nerve damage Kettle had suffered in that foot from that injury. He's still not really clenching his toes. He doesn't really have that perching reflex. That's got to start appearing soon. Otherwise, Kettle really doesn't stand a lot of chance of being released back to the wild.
Chris must now find a way to set Kettle's tiny fractured leg.
This will be very delicate.
Okay.
Incredibly hard to do, these splints. For these sort of procedures, we use some very high-tech equipment.
Okay.
Okay. So they mightn't look like much, but between a set of chopsticks, a paddle pop stick, and a plunger, I can pretty much fix any bird's leg. Just try me. So I think the syringe plunger might actually be the winner.
Okey-doke.
So it'll just cushion him if he tries to walk on it. If anyone ever thought they had a bad day, they should look at you tonight, Kettle. Look at you. You're having a terrible one.
Kettle's saviour, Josh Cook, may just have the answer to silence the pint-sized screamer.
You like that, do you? Still whistling. One more, but look at this. Look at this. You fool. Did it stop the whistling? No. Not even close. Seem to rest, little buddy. I'm going to be seeing a lot of Josh over the next few days and then over the next few weeks because these sort of things, they require constant monitoring. There you go.
Okay.
No problem.
See you, Chris.
Thanks, mate. I'll see you soon. If that splint's too tight, it'll cut off the circulation to his toes and that'll really inhibit healing. But if it's too loose, then that bone's going to keep on moving and the bone won't start to mend. Get that? Whew. It's still here.
Tell the owner.
You know, this is the worst possible thing.
Worst case scenario.
I don't know if he's going to come off. That's the problem.
Okay, fingers crossed.
Paralysis tick victim Maru is clinging to life at Sash. The tiny Pomeranian is in an induced coma. Only a ventilator is keeping him alive.
I just feel so sorry for John. I mean, he's obviously devastated. It's a pretty emotional time.
I'm just praying that he'll recover very quickly. Otherwise, we'll have to sell our other car.
Maru is so lucky to have an owner like John. He's only been with him for 2 months and he has already agreed that he would sell his car to get Maru better. Now that's love. It's pretty amazing.
Having Maru on the ventilator will cost at least $2,000 a day.
You're letting us do everything we can and now it's up to him. I can't promise him if Maru's ever going to come off the ventilator. And even if Maru's improving each day, they can change like that and he could die suddenly. We really have to take it day by day.
Come on, little monkey, wake up. Wake up.
At Sash, Blinky Bill's eye surgery has finished, but the koala is taking a long time to regain consciousness.
Just want him to wake up. Here he comes.
There he comes. Yay, wakey, wakey.
Hey, buddy. How you going?
It was a little tricky there for a little while, but I'm feeling better that he's almost awake.
Less than an hour after the operation, Bill's recovering with his gum leaves and is ready to go home.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Aww. It was a success. We're really happy with the outcome. Oh, I miss him so much. He's so cute. Oh, I'm feeling much better now. It's all done. Thank God.
Yeah, we love looking after you, but we want you to wake up so we can get to meet you and know your personality.
Meanwhile, Lisa keeps watch over paralysis tick victim Maru. The little Pomeranian is still in an induced coma. Only a ventilator is keeping him alive.
I'm so worried about Maru and I can't even imagine what John's going through. He's just going through this roller coaster of emotions and it's really stressful for everyone. Be a good boy now, hey? You gotta get better. I know we didn't come off the machine today, but you gotta do it tomorrow, all right? Because your daddy's waiting for you. He really wants you back. And your little sister at home, she wants you back too. You are a good boy. Come on, puppy. Just gotta fight, get through it.
Australian Reptile Park keeper Liz has now brought the critically ill Tasmanian Devils Lara and Lily back to her house for 24-hour care. It appears the sisters are suffering from the deadly condition botulism. There is one major complication. They're not her only live-in responsibilities. Liz is also hand-raising two other Tasmanian Devil joeys, Scratch and Smiggle. They now have to be quarantined from the sick sisters.
I've got to be super careful that I don't spread anything from the healthy devils to the sick devils, or vice versa. Oh, yummy.
Lily has shown some improvement and kept down a small amount of food, but Lara hasn't eaten for a week.
We're getting to the point where we're really desperate for them to get through it. Okay, Lara, let's give you a little bit. Come on. Good girl. That's what we want to see.
At last, Lara takes her first mouthful.
It's so exciting to see them feed. You know, it's such a relief to finally see some progress. Hello?
Hey Liz, it's Chris here from the vet clinic. Now, I do have some results back. They've come back as being positive for botulism. This is, to be honest, the first botulism case I've ever seen. They will have the signs of it for between 1 and 3 weeks.
3 weeks? That's such a long time.
Give them all the love and all the attention you can, and give yourself a bit as well. Just try and rest up where you can. Okay, bye-bye.
So sweet, because Lara doesn't have the strength to clean herself, but Lily helps her. They're so precious, these two, and every devil. They're just really important, and all I want is for them to get better. Hi, Lise.
Hi.
I heard what happened to Maru. You okay?
Maru's heart just stopped. He just had a sudden cardiac arrest. Don't know why it happened. Couldn't predict that it was going to happen, and it's just shocked all of us. It's really devastating.
Okay, I'll let him rest. Yeah.
John is absolutely shattered by this. He loved Maru so much. He really wants everyone to learn from Maru's death. It's the hardest thing with these two cases. They're just, you know, we do absolutely everything. And it's just, a lot of people think that it's just tick anti-serum and they walk out the door the next day, but that's not the case. There are cases like Maru where the toxin is just so deadly that they don't survive.
Hello. How are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
She chases balls as well as cats?
Absolutely.
She looks great.
Come on.
Honey, the cat-hating spoodle, is showing no battle scars after jumping from a moving car.
It's fantastic to see Honey looking so well, but while I'm here, I just have to see the object of her obsession, Mario.
Honey, leave Mario alone.
Finally, the much-maligned Mario makes an appearance.
Listen, Honey, the way Honey reacts and the way Mario's talked about, I expected more.
Much bigger.
This. What I got was this.
Oh, but Mario's a lot more powerful than
this. It's all in here, isn't it?
It's clear the war between Honey and Mario is not going to end anytime soon.
Now that I've seen Mario, he's old, he's small, he's shy, he runs away. The only conclusion you can draw is that Honey probably needs to chill out. In this relationship, Honey needs to be sweeter.
So excited for you to see them.
Well, I've got to say, so am I.
Oh, the change is amazing.
You're the same too, right?
Yeah, well, you wouldn't think so.
This was Lara and Lily a month ago. The Tasmanian Devil joeys were so close to losing their battle with botulism.
You had everyone worried, didn't you? It's probably the longest sleep I've ever seen, ever. They're all act all innocent now, hands in the air. Even had us scared. If you could hope for a dramatic recovery in any animal, it'd have to be the Tassie Devil. It is such a beautiful ending to have, because even my most optimistic side probably didn't ever dare believe it would end like this.
Like that? You do like that a bit, don't you?
As for Blinky Bill, he's not only survived his surgery,
He's awesome. He's putting on weight and doing everything that a young koala should.
he's a new, improved koala.
He's turned into a good boy without his eye. Very gentle with his biting. Wouldn't even call it biting. More like a kiss, I reckon. But I think for sure Bill's going to be one of our star attractions for the future.
Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, likewise. Come on through.
Thank you.
It's a big welcome for Chris at Josh's bird menagerie.
Here he is.
Kettle, the screaming cockatoo, is ready for his final checkup.
Look at you. Looks fully dressed now. Our little boy's grown up.
This is how Kettle looked when Josh first brought him into the clinic after the baby broke his leg. What a difference 2 months has made.
You take the cast off. Look at that. Nice and straight.
Moment of truth.
Oh,
Nice work.
shake it off.
In a few more months, the lucky cocky should be ready for release.
Where's the whistle for? Yeah, you're a bit proud of yourself, aren't you?
Hi, I'm Dr. Kate, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe to the Bondi Vet YouTube channel. Click on the screen for more great content. And for free, exclusive, never seen before Bondi Vet stories, you can sign up to bondipet.com, and you can do so via the link in the description.